been because I'm a field guy. Most of the times you find me in the field. Most of the issues that we have found that cause deforestation mostly has been agriculture. How? So people encroach on the forest in the name of planting crops. And most of these crops are not, we found that most of these are subsistence, just hand to stomach.
They plant their food that they're going to eat.
Yes, immediately, hand to mouth. And this is one of the interventions that we designed, whereby we can look at agroforestry, whereby you plant a forest, then at the same time earn from it, then get food from it. So for us, we focused on indigenous trees at Grow Foundation. Or Grow is in full, just to put it in full, it is greenhouse gas reforestation offsets. It's then the acronym is Grow Foundation. We Grow, then we added Foundation, and it is a Ugandan fully operating entity with local leadership, the executive, then at the same time with the top management are all local. So most of the work that we do, we focused on agroforestry to become one of the mitigations that can be solution towards the afforestation problem. So instead of cutting the tree, actually plant it, then at the same time let it act as a forest, and then it will be what? To be at the same a source of income. Of food, yeah. So we focused on high level, rather high value crops like apples. Give an example. We also look at cashew nuts. We have looked at the high value coffee. So we instead of cutting down the tree, yes, it's fine. Let's cut it. However, let's plant the tree where you can earn from.
But that also brings a question, Mr. Emma, of yes, these trees are there, whereby I'm going to plant a tree that I can also eat from. Yes. So that brings two questions. Number one is how accessible are those indigenous trees, right? How accessible are they? Because I know you'll find, I've seen companies that give out free trees to people to plant, whereby you anytime you want to go somewhere and plant a tree, your home, school, or community, a company will come out and give you a free tree. One. And then question number two, are those, because remember those trees may not basically give the community food to eat. Yeah, but then we want to know, can if I plant those trees that can give me fruits to sell, eat, and also do other things, but can I also plant my food crops within those very trees?
Thank you for your question. First of all, the availability of seedlings, the trees that you mentioned about, is I will speak for what I know. Okay. One is government, because that is an open source. Information is very well available. Another one is from Grow Foundation's perspective, which I represent. So from Grow Foundation's perspective, our programs run in this perspective. We partner with entities that are permanent. For example, cultural institutions. We have a partnership with Toro Kingdom, Bugisu King, the Umukukawa Bugisu. People call them the Wamasara. And then we have also a partnership with Usoga Kingdom, and that is under cultural institution. Another one is with government. So with government, we are aligning our work with the Ministry of Water and Environment, and initially it was under National Forestry Authority, where we were implementing the afforestation program. Then, and now we have the religious institutions. These are permanent landlords, where whether you do what, they will be the owners of land.
Hope you also have the media. I need to hear media, and here TV1 is also going to be part of it.
Because in our work, what we do, our raw material is land. Okay. We find that we need to first secure land, then the rest comes in after. So that's why we first worked on the partnerships with landlords. So the key landlords, as I mentioned them, they are the government, religious institutions, and cultural institutions. So when we work with these, they are the ones who support us in mobilizing the people.
Community.
My grandmother, my auntie, my uncle, they are the ones who are the ones now help us. The community, the ones they're talking about. So for us, what we bring on the table is very simple. We work with them in line to, we provide the technical know-how, then support with seedlings. Then
okay, just so the seedlings are free of charge, like since you said you support.
I'm coming. I'm coming on that part.
Okay.
We support with seedlings. Then we also support on the stewardship of that tree. The stewardship begins from clearing the land, growing it, putting it, planting it, and then growing it. Growing is the whole life process. Because, for example, after like 3 years, you can let the tree grow on its own. Please broadway stewardship to our viewers. It's a hard word, they may not understand. Stewardship is in Luganda, I can say okulabirira, like to continuation.
In other words, you support whoever you've given the seedlings to look after that tree until it has grown, right?
Yes, but through the partners upwards, up, downwards. So how we work in line to that is, this is our format. Now I was giving you an example. So for us, as we assess and if for example we assess, we have our soldiers on ground, and they have assessed and they have confirmed that this land is ready for afforestation. Afforestation is planting indigenous trees, for example, the likes of musizi, those that create a big canopy to decrease carbon dioxide. So, or greenhouse gas emissions. Why we do that is our main goal is to decrease on the greenhouse gas emissions in the atmosphere. That's the only reason. There are many other methods that, as you had mentioned earlier, but as Grow Foundation, we chose that. So in that line, we encourage afforestation instead of deforestation. So deforestation is actually an enemy of our work. When we, not me alone, actually us alone, even any other in the community, even the people themselves, the community, the government, there is always a stress or a strain that comes along that.
I know, but just a little bit, Mr. Emma, you see, you know there are things that are tricky. Like, let me say, if I've planted my mango tree, and every season, after I don't know how many months, it gives me some fruits that I can eat, that I can sell. That is a hard one to cut down, But then I needed to compare, to have a comparison of two, the indigenous and these other trees, whereby I planted this tree and it's not going to give me anything, but at the end of the day, I also need, to do these other things, like you said, to have my own.
Now I'm coming to you on that line. So now for that, we have the community programming. How we do that is we work with the communities now. Remember, I mentioned the three, now I had left down the community. Nze mfunira muwa, nze auntie, manyamama, gundi, jaja, katinze, hweya. So here's what we do. 70% goes to the under afforestation, 70% goes to the community. Rather, 70% goes to the program. For example, if I'm doing, say, 10,000 seedlings, that is 7,000 will go into afforestation. Then 30%.
Mr. M, I need you to look straight to the camera and explain that part to our viewers of the 70%.
Our program is very clear, very simple. For example, as I mentioned if, for example, we have partnered with government, say government of Uganda, and we are let me give an example. If we have partnered, for example, with Uganda Wildlife Authority, and there is, say, an area that has been identified, both because we know that the wildlife currently works concurrently with what? With the community. Somehow there is an ecosystem that they work together. Because they are the same people who poach, then they are the same people who look after the same animals and also push them away back to the wildlife. So what we do, for example, I'll give an example. Grow Foundation has partnered with OA, and we are, say, planting 10,000 seedlings. So if we are planting 10,000 seedlings, 70% will be for the seedlings for the program itself. It's part of the 30, then will go to the community members who will participate in the program, for example. And the 30 will be the trees that they want. For example, the seedlings that align in agroforestry, as I mentioned above. That is fruit trees and also high value crops. High value crops can be, for example, the likes of coffee, the mangoes you mentioned. Mangoes, I don't know if they are in the high value crops, but what I know is cashew nuts, macadamia, all these kind of trees are all in the category of high value crops. And these are the ones that we track now for the community. For example, if we had like 70 people doing the planting of the indigenous trees in the Ua forest, for example, if we have 70 people participating, the 70 will receive the 30%. Now, these are the 30% are part of the program. We don't want them now to go back to encroach on the forest that we have planted.
Mr.
So instead,
Emma, Mr. Emma, that brings a question of how do you measure the success?
So how we measure the success is the growth of the tree.
Which you follow up,
yes,
yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So when as long as the tree remains standing, that is success to me. So we give it a period of 3 years, then we can leave it to stand on its own. Period of 3 years is for the stewardship I mentioned about, or the follow-up, the reports, progress, how many leaves does it have right now, how many, how big is the trunk, etc., stem, etc., and all that. And even the growth rate, the rain, monitoring the rain, the climate change, and also the weather conditions of the area. So we balance them, and then we make sure that we have great success. Now, the tree, remember, it does not stop at the tree in the forest that we have planted. That is under the afforestation program. So the afforestation program, we continue and make sure that these trees grows. If it doesn't grow, that is a problem, a challenge to us.
That's a challenge, yeah. Then you plant another.
So we have to replace with the same community that we work with, that was mobilized, for example, by government or the cultural institution or the what? The religious institution. The religious institution.
Yes. So that brings the question, Mr. Emma. So two people, me as TV1, I have my land, yeah, and I need trees, yes, and I come to your organization and I'm like, please, I have this land and I need you to help me, and we plant, you know, indigenous trees, yeah, that is one. And then two, me as Chantal,
yes,
I have land that my grandfather gave me, or I bought my own land and have its land title, and then I want that land to be covered by trees, by indigenous trees.
Yes.
One, how can I be helped? And then two, which party do you consider first? So, and what is the process?
Okay. So number one, we consider permanency. Proof of permanency.
The title, yeah?
Now that's a very long conversation about when you go to the title conversation. But permanency has a lot to do with proof of permanency, or assurance of permanency is to make sure that if we are coming into partnership with you, for example, under the agroforestry program, we are sure that you will not cut the trees after a period of while. Reason, here's my reasons, our reasons, is because the reason we plant these trees, or the reasons we invest, remember we said this is a social enterprise. We are not for charity. We want to make profits. The reasons for this is because we want to see, our main goal is to create the carbon credits, as I mentioned earlier. I'll come to a brief discussion about the carbon market and discussion briefly about that, and then I maybe for the listeners, or rather the viewers' interest to understand. But mainly the reason why we cannot we focus much is to see how best can we come to a consensus and we agree. It's always an agreement. So we agree with you as the landlord, and we agree on the terms. Permanency, because I can, that's why we actually prefer, we just donate you the 30% instead of dealing with you directly, whether you have thousands and thousands of hectares of land. Because I may agree with you today, but your son, after 20 years, they will come and they want to set up a house somewhere on the same hill where our forest is. Now that's the challenge. breach of contract.
Okay, that is a very important part.
Yes.
So now, two things. One, you talked about I donate to you the 30%. You had mentioned it earlier. So I have my land, yeah, and we've gotten into an agreement that you're going to give me the seedlings. Yes. So do you sell to me part of them, or you give me all, you donate a certain part, and the other part is yours? Yes. And then you look after it?
So now here's how we work under that arrangement. For individuals with land, we simply agree with you on terms.
Terms and conditions.
Yes, terms, because terms vary according to individuals.
Yeah.
We can agree, say this, depending on the outlying conditions, but the most common one has been 30. The farmer provides, comes up with 30% of setting up the agroforestry or the forest. Then we provide 70%. That is the most common one that we have been. And then in the long run, we also agree on how we can both benefit.
I really need our viewers to understand the coming up with the 30%. I've given you my land. No, I've given us our land. Yeah.
It turns.
Okay.
We do the 70.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
I do the 30.
30. And
so
30 is not only seedlings, remember. There is preparations of land. Then you have to also be with land itself. Then there is a lot of work towards.
But it doesn't involve me, like me giving you funds, does it?
No,
that is a very important part.
It doesn't. We just basically agree on the terms. Then you do your part, I do my part. Then we come together.
That's amazing.
And this has been running. We already run this program with already 6 confirmed farmers. These are high value crops, 2 with coffee, 3 with 3 in Chigezi, 1 in Chigezi, another one in that is for apples, one of the biggest apple farms in Uganda. Then another one in Sironko, in the hills of Sironko, that is also apples. Then another one in Bujiri, that is coffee. Then another one in here in Semuto, that is also coffee. So these are big farms, not just 1 tree, 20 acres, how many, but we look at a big number, and this number of a huge land gives us leverage to create the forest that we want. Our goal to create the forest, remember. So we agree with farmers that no matter what, no cutting trees for this period of time. Exactly, on the period. Yes. Yeah, you talked about something of like you give me, we enter into an agreement, and then after 20 years, my kids will come and want to cut down the trees. Yes.
So how long does your agreement stand for? Is it for?
So because we focus on afforestation mostly, afforestation is a given the topic is afforestation, reforestation, and deforestation, we are against deforestation first of all.
Which is a very beautiful thing.
Yes, we are against it. Not because it's bad entirely, because it has its positive also, because some people do it for a reason, and which are defendable. But it has also been mitigated and contained in a way.
And actually, you shouldn't be like against it, like totally like you said, but you should encourage. You should encourage reforestation, yeah, so that I can cut and then plant another tree. Yeah.
So the reason we are against it is when you cut, you take me back. You send me backwards to ground zero.
But I still have
from
to
where
grow.
I had started. So I had started before. So what we do is we instead encourage afforestation. Grow the tree. Don't just plant, grow it.
But remember, okay, you know this part is important. When you plant, you see, like us humans, you grow, age, and die. Yeah. So the same thing with trees, though, since it's us humans who plant most of the trees that we want.
Yes.
So you realize you plant a tree, it will have to grow, reach a certain capacity, where it has to be cut for a lot of reasons, like you said, maybe to be sold, maybe for other stuff. But what is important, like I think maybe if it is cut, there should be, you know, a replacement, you know, the reafforestation.
Yes, yeah, we encourage reafforestation. It's one of the best practices I think we talk about most. Is like, if you cannot resist cutting, please, Mama
cut and
Gundi,
plant.
Zao, put back.
Only the Mama Gundi.
Put back the what?
You put back another one, yeah.
Yes, put back the tree. Not because we are against people doing what they want with their land, but because it's a good practice. It's one of the best practices of putting back the tree. So you mentioned, why do we all do all this? Our goal is to be able to mitigate, because mitigation methods are so many. People have used so many methods. There is waste management, as mentioned at the beginning. There is so many. So for us, we chose planting trees as an organization.
Which is a very beautiful thing to the environment.
Yes, it's one of the methods we chose of mitigating. And during mitigation, for us, we do not just mitigate. We want also to create a product which can be a source of income, which is the carbon credits. And this has been a whole big conversation in the people. Even some other people hear it as something from a long distance, like others. There's somewhere I went and then they are like, Illuminati, do not
Linda ko Mr. Emma.
So like, you people
interview okusimba emiti ya Illuminati
carbon credits Illuminati magara tukwata mu nsawo. But in brief, it is it's a worldwide known market. There is a carbon market which is already existing, and it's worldwide. And there is a Paris Agreement during the COP 29. There was a Paris Agreement which was agreed upon by the United Nations member states to set up guidelines under how carbon markets can run across the world. And Uganda adopted.
That is beautiful, and to our viewers, that actually puts us to a very, very beautiful point of sensitization. We realized in our part of environment or protecting our Mother Earth, a lot of people don't know what they are supposed to do. People are not sensitized. People don't know that you can plant a tree, you can get seedlings from somewhere, or you can do A, B, C, D, Z, yeah. And now, that's all that Mr. Emma was telling you. And when the company came up to do stuff, and then people are saying Illuminati, Illuminati, but they are saying that because they are not sensitized. They don't know. So that will bring us to our point, as you know, time is actually so much against us. So that will bring us to the point of how much are you pushing to make sure that people are sensitized, communities know what your foundation does. What are you doing to fight, to make sure that people know?
The first step, we have already done it. It is creating meaningful partnerships. Stakeholders are key in the whole process, from top to bottom, grassroots. Number one, whereby we have partnered with the key mobilizers. Key mobilizers. The way today, Bishop X will mention something during in church, and
all the whole
all
gathering.
churches will receive downwards.
That's nice.
So that's one way of mobilization that we have used, and then we also looking at grassroots. To remove conversations from boardrooms, from Kampala.
To the
speaking very complicated English, mitigation, adaptation. We are taking these things on ground.
And how much have you, like when you're putting it, you're taking them to the ground, how much have you gone to the emite or the young generation?
So the young generation, that is actually our key. Actually, they are the majority we are engaging.
They are the leaders of tomorrow.
They support us in planting.
Nice.
They are the ones we work with in planting, women and youth actually. Then also part of our other programs is we do skilling and education. Under skilling and education, we skill strategically in this area of mitigation, adaptation, and also understanding the whole market in the area, in the carbon market, understanding it. So we train We also mobilize the communities. The most recent one is we hold national events here, which we hold in partnership with ministries and also Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Water and Environment. We partner them to hold events. We also hold a bi-monthly carbon, we call it Carbon Tuesday.
Wow.
It's an activity to mobilize the communities again. So here we want the communities to get to know where people come, network, understand, get to know, and all that.
That's so nice, Mr. Emma. Like I told you, time is really rushing. Yes, it's so faster. And so to our viewers, give them your last very, very amazing words, basically on environment and tree planting, and to the people that are watching it, to your organization and to your clients, in 30 seconds.
So thank you very much for listening or watching me. To Grow Foundation, we want to earn as we do great things. We want to earn as we plant trees. Nationally, Uganda, here, we have Uganda enacted a law which allows us to trade in the carbon market. We already have it existing and it is already standing. So our goal as Grow, we want to work with you in order to reach as many people as possible and plant as many trees as possible. Our target is very huge. We have a 1 billion target of trees to be planted across the country. And when you compare the planting versus the cutting, we see we are on the losing end. So we need to work very hard together as communities and also partner to reach as many people as possible, especially in the degraded areas of the hilly mountains of Mount Elgon, Bududa side, even in the city areas, because there is a lot of urban development which has caused a high number of cutting down of trees. And even in your own household, if you cut one tree, plant another one. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, for joining us today at TV1. Like you mentioned, the target is 10,000. But as we always tell you,
1 billion.
The target has increased. The target is 1 billion now. But as we tell you always here as TV1, it starts with you. Chitandika nawe, ira chitandika nange. So when you cut a tree, plant another one. But wherever you are, you can plant a tree and always move with that. And as TV1, we are always here to sensitize you, to show you and to direct you on the right things that you are supposed to do as you protect your environment. I'll always keep reminding you, the environment, or Mother Earth, has given us each and everything that we always need, from the food, the water, and the air that we breathe. But what we do is always fighting to destroy it. But ladies and gentlemen, we love you, and we shall always be here as TV1 to show you all those guidelines. Mr. Emma has something to say in a second.
Yes, I forgot to mention that I equally mourn with Uganda as an individual, and also on behalf of the organization, and on behalf of my family. We mourn with Uganda, and also the children, the parents to the children that lost their lives. And also, let's keep praying as a country, pray for this whole wave of accidents to come to a stop. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emma. I've been Chantal Esther Komugisa for TV1 Go Green, and catch us every single Sunday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. as we show you, sensitize you, and educate you on the ways you can protect Mother Earth. Good evening.